This project story is one of redemption. And to tell that story, we need to go back 6 months ago, southern Indiana, in the middle of the woods, on a dark and stormy night.
A huge storm tore through my friend's hunting cabin, and a tree came right through the roof. He asked me if I could make something from it. Anything. A keepsake, a memory. There's only one log, one chance, no do-overs. So I thought, yeah, what could possibly go wrong? This piece of wood came from that tree that crashed right through the heart of that cabin. The place that meant so much to my friend. Generations of hunts, memories, stories around the fire. This log, it's all that's left of that tree. There's no backup plan, no try again tomorrow, just this one piece. He asked me for a keepsake, something small, simple, but meaningful. They didn't care what shape it took. They actually told me, let the wood decide what it wants to be. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Before I could even get this on the lathe, I had to face the first problem, these splits. They ran pretty deep through the end grain, a couple of inches on both sides. If I didn't cut them away, they'd tear the bowl apart later. By trimming them out, it meant losing roughly half the length of the log. Once these cuts were made, there'd be no backup wood left, no second try. So yeah, this really was one shot. Once I finished trimming away all the splits and all the waste wood that I couldn't use, this was all that was left. Just enough to make one good piece. Initial plan here is to start off with something fairly simple. A bowl, maybe with a rim, maybe not. I'm going to do as they suggest and just listen to the wood as we go along and see what it wants to become. Once I started turning it, it felt right. The wood was fighting me a little bit, but that's, part of the process.
So what do we do with that? We can't just leave that ugly saw mark in it. I think we're gonna have to, it's either bring it all the way down and have a really shallow little bowl here, or we can cut it back in and try to make some type of a hollow form out of this. I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
Started shaping the bottom, adding a bit more detail to the foot than I typically do. I wanted it to feel special, something that said this wood had a story.
Now I will say I do always make sure my feet on my bowls look good, but I don't decorate them a whole hell of a lot. Usually a little bead in here, there, or whatever. This I want to do a little extra here on this foot. This is the one part of the bowl that I kind of have some freedom of expression on. So kind of my first thought is to continue the curve of the bowl inside. let the foot stand proud. So I want to get in there a little bit.
For a little bit of foreshadowing, that extra detail that I'm planning ended up becoming a weak spot.
But anyways, now let's sand, shall we? Some fine touches. I don't like the sound of that. Uh-oh. Son of a bitch.
And it blew right through the bottom. It's just gone. Turn the last piece of that tree into a funnel. All that meaning, all that story, gone in a second.
It was that damn foot. Oh my god. I was just sitting here thinking, how in the world could I blow through the bottom of this? I had a solid 1/8 of an inch left. Look at that. Take all that junk off. And what do you got? You got that little circle I made right there.
Not gonna lie, I almost gave up. Stared at that broken piece for a while, feeling disgusted, sorry for myself, sorry for my friend. And then it hit me like a bolt of lightning. That tree, it fell through the cabin, and now the bowl had a hole right through the top. Seems like we're starting to draw parallels here. What if that wasn't the end of this story? What if that was this story?
This is a fairly unique shape. I'm wondering if maybe it's just me trying to make things happen in my head, but you look at that, what do you see? To me it kind of looks like a little wood cabin, a little wood bungalow. He did say he wanted this as a gift, as like a gag gift for him. He told me to let the wood speak to me. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to make a little wood bungalow, maybe a cabin with a hole in the roof. I don't know, what's the worst that could happen? Let's go for it.
So I flipped it, hollowed it out a little bit different. I leaned into the damage. This bowl became the cabin. It's scarred, it's imperfect, but it's still standing.
Little house on the prairie, folks. A little bit of poetic license there, a little bit of freedom in the artistic mind, but by God, I think that looks like a little shack that would sit out in the county.
This wood was once part of a tree that crushed a cabin. Now it's become a cabin. Maybe that's what all good stories do. Break first, then become something new, something better. Every scar tells a story. What really matters is what we do with it next. Have you ever had a project go sideways but actually ended up turning out better? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification, and we'll see you on the next one.